Hi, I'm Jeremiah Salaska. I'm the creative director on Super Scribblenauts, and this is Super Scribblenauts. So this is the sequel to last year's game, Scribblenauts. The number one biggest feature is adjectives. So in the original game, you could write, T-Rex, and that would work, obviously, but of course he'd be mean and he'd come after you, and that'd be really bad. But now what you can do is you can write things like pregnant, zombie T-Rex, and that'll also work. So pregnant zombie T-Rex comes out. It's a matronly T-Rex, and it's kind of slow, and then has a little baby zombie T-Rex and gets thinner, just as a real mother would, right? So that's kind of like the whole system, is that you can literally string all kinds of crazy adjectives together. So you can do things like drivable giant apple. Why not? Giant gold apple. We'll keep on adding stuff for fun. And that's exactly what you're going to get. You just drag it to Maxwell, you can ride it, and it just goes around. And it's completely ridiculous, and I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. And that's the whole point of Scribblenauts and Super Scribblenauts, is that we give you the creative ability to do whatever you want and play how you want. And that's just the title screen. What's really cool about the updated title screen is that it actually saves your progress and what you do. So all those objects that I just wrote, if I turned off the game and it came back and turned it back on, they would still be there. So you can actually play with them, which is really, really cool. So that's just the title screen. There's 120 new levels. There's a whole custom level editor that I'll take you through really quick. So you can pick a new level, pick any kind of tile set, and you can actually edit that tile set on the fly. And then there's a whole new system we're calling templates. So in the first game, there was a level editor, and the whole point was there's a star 8, and Maxwell had to get to star 8, and that was all you could do. But in this game, there's all kind of different things you can do, where like feed other creatures, or catch specific objects in a container, or protect somebody from an enemy or something like that. So there's all these different kind of templates that we have that allow the player to kind of create their own custom levels, and they can share these levels via Wi-Fi. So in the level editor itself, you can actually straight up just draw tiles and just edit your tile set as much as you want, which is way better than the first one, because the first one you couldn't do that at all. So it's way more robust. On top of that, and then you can also delete it, of course. You can add water and stuff like that. So on top of that, this level is a feed level, so you have to feed something to something. So we'll just say bird. Make it really, really simple. So there's a bird, and I can actually go into the scripting, edit the scripting, and say, okay, click the bird, go back, and that's it, and it's that simple. So now all I have to do is feed this bird, and I'll actually win the level. So I'm going to actually play test this level. Now I'm actually in the level. This is like real time. And I type in like worm. Simple, right? And of course the bird wants to go eat the worm. He's too far away, and then you got him. Now I got the star 8. And it's that simple, and then you can just upload those levels via Wi-Fi. So that's really cool. Another really awesome thing is the controls. People had issues. They said, "Well, where's our D-pad controls? This is a platform or whatever," which it isn't. It's a puzzle game, but whatever. So now we're actually giving people the ability to, on the fly, just press start, and you'll have D-pad or stylus controls. So now I'm using D-pad, do left and right, and B to jump, and you got your Mario controls. There's also a whole new merit system, and merits are kind of like achievements on Xbox. So as you play the game and as you do things, you'll just unlock more, and there's all kind of different stuff you can do, and you get allers for that. And allers is kind of the currency in the game, and with the allers, you can actually buy other avatars for your character and stuff, so you don't have to always play as Max, or you can play as other characters. So there's 120 levels in the game. They're set up in these constellations. So you actually just tap one, you go into it, and there's different types of constellations, different types of levels. So I'll show a really basic level, simple level for now. This is a really simple level. So you have a dinosaur, and you have a giraffe, and they're in 2 boxes. These are the puzzle levels. We wanted to focus more on levels that had that were more puzzly, and you had to solve using your creativity in your brain, instead of trying to platform and move around. So in this, it says place an object with similar characteristics in the empty puzzle box to complete the puzzle. So there's you know, Maxwell's not actually even involved. It's more just like, you know, what kind of makes sense, what are the characteristics. So you could write something like, it should work. Emu has a pretty long neck, and it does. So they all three had long necks, and so really simple. I mean, this is World 1, simple puzzles. That kind of makes sense. And like I said, so there's a merit system. So I didn't get any new merits this level, but you know, there's a whole merit progress bar. And in some levels, because there's adjectives, they actually require adjectives to play. And so we actually show those levels specifically and call them out to the player so they don't get frustrated and they go, okay, so I see I have to use adjectives. So here's another simple level on World 1 that will show off. This is an adjective level. The bar actually comes across and says this is an adjective level. So in this level, you have 4 different colored keyholes, and it says unlock the statues in the correct order. So probably want to go over here, apply a simple adjective. This is a very simple adjective level. Want to get kind of people into the swing of things. Right, yellow key, tap on the yellow thing, so don't cut the baby. And that little check mark, that kind of shows exactly where you are with your progress. So, you know, because these levels are way more complex than the first one, so there's multi-stages, there's multi-points to the level. Now we have this whole progress bar. It's like if you're doing one thing in an order, it allows you to keep track of your progress. So that arrow says, or that check mark says, hey, you're doing the right thing. And this was a blue key. Get that in, real simple. And what's cool is, like, you saw that he has a parent icon. He wants to protect the baby because, you know, he's a dude. Baby. Makes sense. This was this red key. And that's it. Really simple. Again, 120 levels. This is just World 1, so there's way more complex stuff that, like, it's gonna take me, like, I created it a while to kind of solve. So yeah, that's it. That's Super Scribblenauts. It's coming out October 12th for the Nintendo DS, so look for it then.